Good morning. This is Father Stephen Kelly from St. John's Church in Detroit, and we're continuing our series of daily morning meditations where we generally look at one or another of the lessons that are assigned for morning or evening prayer, what is known as the Daily Office Lectionary. Today, for Thursday, let us take a look at the lesson that's assigned from St. Mark's Gospel. That's right, we're back into Mark's Gospel for today. Yesterday was the Ember Day. Tomorrow's an Ember Day. Today's Thursday in the week of the third Sunday of Advent. So we're in Mark chapter 6, beginning at verse number 1. And they went out from thence, and came into his own country, and his disciples followed him. And when the Sabbath day was come, he began to teach in the synagogue, and many hearing him were astonished, saying, From whence hath this man these things? And what wisdom is this which is given unto him, that even such mighty works are wrought by his hands? Is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James and Joseph and Judah and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us? And they were offended at him. But Jesus said unto them, A prophet is not without honor, but in his own country, and among his own kin, and in his own house. And he could do there no mighty work, save that he laid his hands upon a few sick folk, and healed them. And he marveled because of their unbelief. And he went round about the villages, teaching. Okay, so again, this is a universal truth for those who are members of the body of Christ, that as we are learning to witness about the good news of God in Jesus Christ, both in the way that we're living and in our words, right, and offering the opportunity for people to come to know Jesus Christ, right, that's the work of evangelism as members of the body of Christ that we're all called to. One of the hardest places for us to do that is with those who are familiar with us in our earlier lives, people who have a sense of familiarity with us, or perhaps those of us who came to the practice of the faith at a certain point in our lives. Those who remember us from the time before have a hard time accepting the fact that this is who we are now as members of the body of Christ. So there are folks who remember me from a few years when I was kind of living outside of the practice of the faith. And for them, sometimes it's a bit of a double take when they remember that, oh, wait, that guy's had a real change of life. And Jesus is all about that change of life. But it doesn't mean that we should stop trying to do the good work that God is calling us to do, but always knowing in the back of our minds that perhaps it'll be a tougher road for us to tread, tougher ground for us to hoe and dig up if it's ground that is familiar to us. Because of family and friends and people who have known us as more than just somebody who is trying to share this good news of God in Jesus Christ. So anyways, that's a little bit of encouragement for you if you're running into a hard time of showing that the love of God to people who perhaps know you in another context. Again, you would think that the people closest to you will say, hey, I trust that guy. He's always been trustworthy to me, so I should trust him about hearing about the good news of God in Jesus Christ. But that's not always the way it is going to be. It's not always the way it's going to happen. So anyway, I just thought I would bring that up that way. So today's Thursday, and we have our 10:30 10:30 Holy Communion service. We'll have some time for adoration beforehand and for benediction immediately following. And so I hope that you can join us here at St. John's Church. If you can't join us in person to receive the Blessed Sacrament, you can watch us online and participate in that way as well. And I hope that today, your Thursday, is a day that is full of blessings.